Hey guys, welcome back to the top 25 rankings. Now, we haven't done this in a little while. I know. I'm not even sure if I did this for week 2, 3, not even 1. So, I don't know. But we are back. I have been grinding out these videos for you guys. There will be more coming either later tonight or tomorrow morning. Most likely tomorrow morning. It'll upload. But hope you guys have been enjoying and watching the content. Today, we are going to be looking over the top 25 rankings, and as always, as we do, week overview. So we're going to look at the matches, the biggest games, standings, conference standings, and of course, the rankings. So first, we're going to start off with the rankings, and you can see Ohio State, number 1. They're 3-0, destroyed Ohio. Last week, they have a bye this week, along with Penn State, who is also 3-0, and Georgia, who's also 3-0. Georgia had a very big win versus rival Tennessee last week. Great job for them. They were at Tennessee. No idea how Tennessee blew that, but Georgia is clearly showing they're the bigger guy here. Penn State destroyed FCS East 70-14. A ton of records broken that game. Notre Dame's 4th place, moving up one spot after beating Texas A&M. Crazy comeback game last week for Notre Dame. Proud of those boys. They're 2-0. I don't think they played one of the weeks so far, so they had a bye earlier this season or some shit. That's why they're 2-0. But you can see they're playing versus their rival Purdue this week. Oregon beat Northwestern's playing their rival Oregon State. This is going to be a good one. Oregon's 3-0. Hopefully they can continue going undefeated. South Carolina, 6th place, playing SEC rival Missouri after beating Vanderbilt. Texas destroying UTEP is playing another weak-ass team in Sam Houston. They're 2-1 because they did lose to Ohio State first game of the season, but they have bounced back the past couple. Arizona State, 8th place, playing Baylor. Oklahoma playing Auburn this week, all right? Big game right here. Hopefully Oklahoma can pull it out. They're 3-0. SMU is in the top 10. They play TCU this week. Clemson in the 11th spot under SMU, but I believe that's because they lost to LSU in the beginning of the season. They play Syracuse. LSU, they lost to Florida, but they have a weaker opponent in FCS Southeast this week, so they should be able to bounce back. Wow, dropping from 4th all the way to 12th after losing to Florida is insane. Indiana's right underneath them. They fucking smoked FC at Midwest 80-0. They play Illinois this week, which is right here. So this is a big matchup between these two teams. One team's going to move up, one team's going to move down. Illinois lost a big game to Duke. I believe that was week 2. That's why they're 2-1. But they're playing Indiana this week. Michigan just beating Central Michigan, play Nebraska. Dangerous Michigan. You guys need to actually stay on your game. You guys are in the Big Ten. You're going to have hard teams to play, but being 2-1 right now, it's not looking too good. After losing to Oklahoma early in the season, you guys you lose 2 games, you're pretty much out of the playoffs. Lose 3 games, you're gone, So Alabama have a bye this week after destroying Wisconsin. Miami beating USF. They lost to USF last year, a big upset, but they're able to get a rematch and get revenge for last year. They play Florida, big rivalry game. It's a big top 25 ranked game. 17 Miami versus 22 ranked Florida. Miami's going to be at home for this one, so hopefully you can see them pull out the dub. Texas Tech on the board. They play Utah this week. Big game for them. They beat Oregon State last week. Big game. Texas A&M, they dropped down. They were 19th last week. They somehow lost versus Notre Dame, and now they have to sit with their loss because they have a bye this week. Feel bad for them. I do feel bad for them. But what you gonna do? You know, tough loss. Auburn play 9 Oklahoma. If Auburn gets this win, they can jump up. Oklahoma's gonna drop down. But we'll see what happens. They weren't really able to really truly blow out South Alabama, but we'll see what happens for them. Louisville had a bye last week. They played Bowling Green, a weaker opponent. Florida, big game versus Miami. They need to win this. They beat 12th ranked LSU, previously 4th ranked LSU last week. They can beat 17 Miami. They should be higher, honestly. Last week they were only 25th. Being that big of an opponent, they should have been higher, but it is what it is. Missouri, already talked about them playing South Carolina. They're going to be at home. They should have the advantage. They're 3-0 right now. They got to win. Tennessee's been struggling. Honestly, it's been on and off for them. They play a very weak opponent in UAB. Hopefully they can get this win. And of course, USC, big comeback win versus Purdue. They play a Big Ten rival in Michigan State. Now, as you've gone over the rankings, I just want to see what the coaches are saying about the rankings. So they have pretty much the same shit, honestly, except they have Florida higher. I agree with that. They have Iowa State ranked. That's okay. But now, what am I saying? Now we're going to look at the conference standings really quickly. Look at the conference standings. We're going to go to the ACC. Clemson's on top. Clemson is on top right now. I don't know how I feel about that, but NC State's below. Honestly, the ACC could be dangerous. Duke, big win last week. Duke has been on a roll. They won week 1 versus Elon. 1 week, crazy upset versus Illinois week 2. Then somehow came out with a close one versus Tulane this week, or previous week 3. So Duke has been on a roll right now, 3-0. Congrats to them. Wake Forest is at dead bottom of this conference right here for the ACC. Struggling. Hey, Navy is on the top for the American. Memphis is literally right behind them. Tulane's been struggling. They've been struggling, bro. Navy, Memphis, FAU. These are the only undefeated teams right now in the American. Colorado's on the top for the Big 12. I was not expecting that. Colorado, Texas Tech. I think Colorado, Texas Tech, UCF. Those are the only undefeated teams for this conference. Honestly, Colorado, it looked like they're going to lose versus Houston, somehow pulling out the dub. No idea how it happens, but hey, Deion Sanders is a beast, bro. Oregon's at the top for the Big Ten. The Big Ten is stacked this year, let's be honest. First round, look at the Conference USA. All right, that's light. Bowling Green's 3-0. Wow. Western Michigan is 0-3. Shit. On the West, Hawaii has been on a roll. They have been on a roll this year. 4-0. Insane. Georgia on the top for the SEC. The SEC and the Big Ten are still dominating this year, bro. No idea how they do it, but they're up there. Crazy amount of undefeated teams right now for the SEC. Now, really quickly, we're going to look at the player of the week. So for the week 3 national, we're going to have Thaddeus Dixon and Devontae Ross from UNC and Penn State. Now for the ACC, Andrew Anthony. Yeah, that guy went insane. He had the game-winning touchdown versus TCU. Congrats to him. Okay. Wow. Only on 11 receptions, 134 yards. That's insane. 6 tackles. 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Crazy game for Benny the Goyi. Yeah. Damn, bro. 9 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Shit. Yeah, Devontae Ross had a hell of a game for fucking Penn State, bro. Hell of a game. 5 touchdowns, 361 yards, 21 yards is the average for every time he caught the ball. It was about 20 some yards. Crazy. Seven tackles for a loss. Shit. All right, boom. That was the Players of the Week. Now, I believe Heisman Watch really isn't crazy right now, but they have Julian saying first. It's like, what? Devontae Ross? Really? Devontae Ross and Jeremiah Smith is going hand back and forth right now. Yo, low key, the Penn State Ohio State game would be crazy because, I mean, these guys are really going back and forth. And they're both wide receivers, so they're literally fighting for this spot right now. Halen Green's up there? That's crazy. But Julian Sing's first somehow. I don't understand how, but maybe he's just really having a hell of a year when we haven't been paying attention. Biggest games this week. So many teams, like Florida State, so many teams just have easy games. Duke is playing the NC State. That's a big rivalry game right there for them early. We're gonna have more rivalry games this week, guys. So pay attention to that. But hey, I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. I'll make sure to get onto this week. You guys will see the next couple of videos from the end of week 3 dropping on the channel. You probably tomorrow. This video is not gonna drop until probably tomorrow as well. But I hope you guys enjoy. I love y'all so much. And hey, Thanksgiving's only 2 days away. All right, so make sure you have fun with your friends, family, loved ones. I love all y'all. Peace out.